share it with her database, but it'll take a while. She's also worried about Krista's white blood cell count, but the girl refuses to take the shot. Galt goes to see Krista and convinces her to take the shot, so later she's visited by Juliet's husband Robert. Seeing the man makes Krista not want the shot anymore, and when Robert asks what things Krista saw, she begins mentioning events she shouldn't know, like 9/11, the war in the Middle East, and Kennedy's assassination. She also realizes that Robert is the man she saw with Lorelei in the tunnels. Robert immediately gives her the injection to put her to sleep, then turns to the camera, wondering what to do now the secret is out. Harris isn't worried though, because the next day Krista doesn't remember anything. Robert informs Galt that the blood on Krista's dress belongs to Juliet's lab assistant. The guards go to arrest him, but when they enter the room, they discover the guy ended things for himself. There's a gash on his arm that confirms Krista's story. Harris tells Samantha this one clearly isn't murder, but she isn't convinced. Then she begins mentioning lots of clues she's been finding while looking at the ship's footage. She thinks Stokes had been right when he said the gun had been planted and that Harris has a right-hand man on the ship that killed this guy to make him look guilty. But Harris continues to deny it all. Galt informs William that they searched the assistant's room and asked around, but they found no clues related to the saboteurs. The current theory is that he felt guilty for giving Ophelia the wrong shot, but it's too convenient. A few days later, the crew throws a party to announce that because of the recent deaths, 3 lucky couples will be allowed to have babies to keep up the ship's population. Meanwhile, Krista wakes up in the middle of the night because she hears the sound of a woman giggling. She follows the noise down a corridor and finds Lorelei's ghost, who crashes the party right before the big screen begins showing a recording of her affair with William. The ghost tells Krista to look away, but the girl just begins screaming in fear. Harris checks the footage and is happy to see Krista reacted before the video started playing, meaning her powers are getting stronger. This is the morphic resonance that Abraham predicted would appear in 3 generations, and Krista is the catalyst. The project's real goal has always been to make a person develop such powers. The next day, Juliet takes Krista to the lab to run some tests, and Krista explains she sometimes has this feeling of holding back the ocean. Meanwhile,